They're doing work on Soup. Make a bow, kneel to your new king of South Africa, Dota 2 Esports. Is exposed, the GG is called, and Sinister 5 win 2021. But the Echo Slam from Chrome, it's even bigger. It kills all Exdee. They have no chance.
That's going to come in, trying to do as much as well, and Oracle gets grabbed out there by Tatsu. It is a big one. And they start to put down more damage. White jumps in, he gets another kill. They're doing it. This could be huge for them. Back, and oh my gosh, yeah, the one is 4. It's gonna be 5. Was one win just curse. Was one win just curse.
Ladies and gentlemen, boomers and zoomers, today is the day. Sinister 5 versus Benchwarmers, a repeat of history, the third time over. But will history repeat itself this time round? It will. We'll have to see what it leads for us. Of course, last time these two went up, Benchwarmers came up ahead, but historically in EGL, Sinister 5 has had the upper hand. Last time they went round for round in EGL 1, Sinister 5 took the grand final in a thick and a beautiful 3-0 sweep. So tonight, we'll see if the Benchwarmers can flex their guns, flex their muscles, and bring the fight to Sinister 5. And someone else who I'm sure is going to be flexing their muscles tonight is the one and only Mr. Not.a.hero joining me once again, so I can have the easiest of a breeze of time at analyzing these epic games. How are you doing, Tavan? I hope you can patch this up.
What a welcome, what an intro. But yeah, like rightfully so. This is Sin 5 versus Benchwarmers, former Energy. Like Sin 5 has had the upper hand in EGL, but in the last tournament we've had Sin 5 Benchwarmers final. Benchwarmers actually took it.
Yep.
Due to load shedding, that final was only a 2-1, but Benchwarmers won 2-1.
Yep.
But these two teams have also had a history of going to 5 games. But we in the upper bracket final here. It's a BO3. Escom has blessed us that this game can actually happen. We worked it around in between load shedding, so it's been a massive, massive issue. But these are seed 1 and seed 2 for the tournament. This is probably the best two teams in the country. These are the two teams who favourite to win the whole thing. And I'm so excited, man. But let's talk about these teams quickly. Like we in the lobby, the teams are starting to join, but CORNY, Benchwarmers, Sun 5. Like there's so much talent in the squad. Like Castaway, Adestam matchup. Like these two players have played each other so many times in that mid lane. Like you've got Deppy, like most people rate him as the best carry in our country. So like he's a beast in its own. But the interesting move for me for Benchwarmer side is Soup moving to this offlane role.
Yes.
And it's taken them a bit of time for them to find their feet with it, but they have done that now. Like they found the feet. Soup has brought a versatility to it. Like he's a very aggressive offlaner, which I think favors the meta.
Yeah.
So I think Benchwarmers is looking super strong, but we can't count out Sin 5. Like Schlink's POS 5, like he's an absolute beast. I've rated Schlinks as the best POS 5 player in our country for many, many years.
Definitely.
The man is an absolute terror. So there's so much talent here, and I'm so excited.
It's just last time out we saw Sin 5, it was sort of the Grove show through and through. And
Let's not forget about Grove.
God, Grove. Like I asked him last time, he was in the Twitch chat. I said, when can you give us an Earthshaker tutorial? Any of the Earthshaker, ES or ES, Earthshaker or Earthspirit, either one would do, because the man is just a wizard, right? He's the glue that puts these teams together. And you know, you always have your star players. You have MD, you have Castaway, you have Deppy. But for these teams, the ones at the top of the country, it almost feels like the supports are the ones that always put the team in the back and allow them to play. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be, but it's so much more prominent with these guys. They just open up the map and let the carries have all the space in the world, and they can go through it. And you saw the Shaker Echo Slams, the Winter Wyvern Curses from TKC. It's going to be a mess. It's a beautiful mess. It's just glorious. I want to see Grove. I want to see Toxic with Nibbling Monkey battling out, and I'm curious to see how Soup does in this now against MD, because I believe MD did play carry last time round in EGL, and he has been that's been the recent change up that Sin 5 has made the third time round.
There is a small factor that, yeah, like some of these guys are playing from Russia, aren't they?
Yep. I believe it is Soup and TKC are playing.
Okay, so
Russia.
one on each side, so it kind of balances out. Okay.
No, 2 on Benchwarmers.
Oh.
Soup.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes. So Benchwarmers, they play ranks as normal. I mean, MD, I know he can't find the game if it's not playing ranks.
In this level, that 180 ping makes a difference. A 160 ping, I'm not sure what they're getting from Russia, but
yeah.
The guys are here to play. They're playing with the full rosters, which is nice. I guess also no load shedding in Russia, so the guys were able to make it.
As long as we get on the plane, boys, we're good, and we don't have to worry about load shedding on that side. That is true. Maybe we should do that. Send everyone over to Botswana for finals week. That would be a good thing.
Sure.
Does Botswana get load shedding? I don't know. We export our power to them, I think. Anyway.
Well, they should. But you never know.
Yeah. No, it's going to be a good one. We'll be getting into the game in just a minute. But I want to see... Right, so you mentioned the Castaway versus Adestam matchup, right? So these guys have been going head-to-head in the mid lane. I think they didn't have an offlane battle at one point, but in the mid lane they've been I can't think of an opposing combo. Maverick and Iceman going head to head the whole time. Although they were if they team together after this, then it'll be a real Top Gun story. But anyway, they've been going head to head this whole time, and Castaway has gone away from the mid lane last year. Now he's come back to it. How do you think he's going to fare up against Adestam this time around?
I definitely think, like, from a skill perspective, this is 100% matchup based. Like, these two players know how each other play. Like, they kind of, like, we've seen games where Castaway gets shut down in the laning phase, but then he's still the beast in the game. And then we've seen other games where Adestam gets shut down. And the thing is, this iteration of Benchwarmers, in the past, you could kind of see, like, Grove rotate mid, he starts putting pressure on Adestam, just trying to slow him down, because in the past, Benchwarmers relied heavily on Adestam having a good game, like from 0 until like 15 minutes, because then he controls the game. But I think with this iteration of Benchwarmers, with Soup in that offlane, it's taken a lot of like that pressure away from Adestam, because Soup is hyper aggressive and he's always looking. Like he plays very cheeky. Like he goes for those big outplays, and like he plays a lot of confidence, and that allows Adestam to kind of catch up if his laning phase didn't go so well. And that makes Benchwarmers a different beast entirely. So I can't, like, tonight's series, like, people are going to tell me Sin 5 is the favorite. It's coming until Benchwarmers beat them 2-1 in a recent series. So it's going to be a cracker, man. That's what I'm going to say. Like the meta has now evolved and it has transitioned into this new thing, and new heroes have emerged. So I think draft is going to play a massive role here, and it's kind of who's going to adjust first. I know Castaway and Grove play a lot of their ranked in Southeast Asia, so like when you play in those regions, you kind of start adapting to them. And I don't know, man. If you ask me which metas I prefer, like European meta or Southeast Asian meta, I'm going to tell you I prefer the Europe metas. Like the Dota makes more sense to my brain, but but looking at like a skill perspective, like I don't think Grove cares about meta. Just like, plays whatever he wants, and like he's an absolute terror.
It almost feels like with these guys, they're going to play what they want, and then it's a game of mistakes and a game of if the others can keep up to what they're putting down. So last time around with Sin 5, we saw Grove in game 1 on his Earthshaker. He was being a menace the whole time around. We literally saw him sit in a tree line for 2 minutes straight because he was watching them observer, seeing when they were going to come out, and all of that little bit of info that they get and this sort of playmaking, which isn't a play, you're just standing there, but it brings so much to the table and gives you a lot of space to work with as well. It's just, hey, we're going to try this, you got to match it, and they're going to bring the fight to them either way. So
I'll never forget it. Like it was 2019, like Comic-Con. Like we played Energy for the first game of the day, and after the first game, I'll never forget hearing Hulbert over the microphone going like, Grove is the biggest form of a pressure cooker as a Dota player that you'll ever see in your entire life. Because he just creates all this pressure, and it starts bubbling up, and it starts heating up, and it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you don't know where to play Dota on the map. And like I've been on the receiving end of it, and like the man's positioning and timing of his movements is so crisp. Like he's exceptionally skilled, and like back in the day, like Grove was a mid player. He used to play mid for damage control, and he went overseas for a bit, then he came back, and I think he's found his home. As a POS 4, he is an absolute menace, and Toxic is going to have his work cut out for him, because it's Toxic versus Grove.
Yeah. No, but Grove has been this menace. I mean, I will mention, you didn't ban Treant that time around.
Oh no, we did.
Did you ban
we
Treant?
definitely did. Yeah. That was a different tournament, which
there's another time you lost to.
Which I also think. Oh no, I lost to them many a times. So it's nothing. It's nothing special. So.
It's always that thing when you're going up against Sin 5 and these guys that have these signatures that you have to ban out. It gives them a lot in the drafting phase. Of course, Hoodwink has had that nerf where her shard became an Ags and Ags became a shard, so she's not as strong as she used to be, but I'm pretty sure Grove without a shard in a game, he'd still do the exact same sort of, cause the exact same nightmares for you. And the same goes for MD, actually. He had his signature Legion Commander mid when he was playing mid for WRG, and then briefly for Sin 5 when he came over. When he was in the mid lane, Castaway was off lane. That was the time when they had Aghanim.
There's many mid players here. Like TKC was a mid, Slinks was a carry.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, just before we get into this draft, like I see a lot of the viewers are like why are the guys playing from Russia? So, some of these players have gone over to Russia to play in an international Dota tournament as like they're basically like Team South Africa. Yeah. So they're there playing in a tournament. I'd actually like to watch that when it comes along, so just to show our support.
I'll shoot a message.
Good luck to them as well if they're watching this lot afterwards. But we've got a draft, Corny.
Always have a draft. That's the beauty of Dota. Let's see. We actually have.
So like, this is not surprising. This Undying Hero has been an absolute beast. I've been watching Anna play it in Southeast Asia in his pubs.
Yeah.
And he's been playing it mainly as a core, so like offlane Undying, and it looks so strong, and it gives flexibility as well. So you can go support, you can give you this offlane Undying, and then Benchwarmers is just how I get this tiny out. That's definitely like Grove tiny.
Yes.
Castaway can also play this hero, but giving Grove a hero that can go and stun multiple people and reposition someone like you're gonna have a bad time. So what do you think is the other ban here? Are they gonna go for like a Treant ban? Oh, Viper, they actually do 3.
I was thinking these lane dominators and then Sin 5 ban out. Winter Wyvern, which has been a favorite pick of TKC when it's been left in the pool, but most of the time Winter Wyvern's been banned out first phase in the majority of the matches thus far. I think it's about an 80% ban rate in the first phase.
10 seconds remaining.
Heroes left in the pool now. It's always the thing. Puck's available since the
5
sort of
seconds
mid-tiny count
remaining.
is up. Dawnbreaker as well. The Grimstroke is
It's
something
horrible
Benchwarmers
now,
love to like.
man. Like that. So one of Puck's main strengths was that he could control the runes. Like you could
Yep.
always see which side the action move was spawning, and then you could just orb towards that side. But the orb is so slow now. Some heroes actually outrun it. So
Yeah.
it's but a good opening here. Like we see this Death Prophet. She's I don't like saying this because I don't like seeing this hero, but she's seeing a rise in popularity again. Offlane DP is back, and she just it looks like I was speaking to a mate the other day, and he's like, "Why is this Death Prophet hero so broken?" And I was like, "But she's been nerfed like 6 times, and she's still busted." So the hero just feels unkillable in certain situations. But Sin 5 opted for the Tusk for Grove, and then they picked this Dawnbreaker, which is flexible, can go multiple roles.
Do you think they're
10
going to
seconds
keep this
remaining.
Dawn as a flex, or they're just going to send it to the offlane and draft around that way? Or
Five
Adestan take it
seconds
mid,
They've got the
potentially?
luxury of like keeping it hidden now. Like you can now probably pick your carry next.
Dire team
Um,
ban.
and then you play off
Faceless
that. Oh, Faceless Void. That's interesting because this Dawnbreaker is kind of seen as a mini counter to Void because the ulti CDs are really similar.
Mm.
And if he chronos anyone, like Dawnbreaker can just like ult right on top of it, and they opt to pick it into it. But a lot of the pros are saying that this is a Faceless
10
Void patch,
seconds
like
remaining.
with the neutrals that have come out, they favor him heavily.
Yeah.
Like the
5
changes to his
seconds
talent tree. They just need damage into chrono now. But I like how Benchwarmers drafted here.
Team
They
ban.
they had the last pick in the first round, so now they can just ban whatever is good against Void, and then they can build their draft around this Void hero.
It is curious to see what they're going to opt to do thereafter. You said they needed the damage into the chrono. What are they going to
10
opt to pick up
seconds
here? Maybe
remaining.
Snapfire, Zeus if they want to do that, but if they do that, they're
5
obviously
seconds
revealing.
remaining.
Well, I guess no, actually.
Snap's pretty
Nib-
decent.
Yeah.
They need a bit of control at the moment.
Nibbling has played the Zeus Pulse 4 as well. I think it was against Taken, if I last recall.
That hero just like it looks so busted, and then people just stop playing it. So
Yeah, he got a slight nerf, guys. Just get over it. Play the hero.
yeah, it wasn't that hectic. This
No.
Dazzle's been
10
taking out like
seconds
massive.
remaining.
Like I guess Wyvern is out. They're trying to get these heal heroes like away because
5
like
seconds
Void plus a
remaining.
hero that can heal because he can like negate a lot of the damage with the time walk, and then obviously like Winter Wyvern can top him up, and Dying can top him up, and Dazzle can top him up. So just getting it out. They did ban the Pango, so I don't know if Wraith King is even worth the ban, man. Like usually when you pick a Void this early, you want to like take out Wraith King, but the hero just feels like nowhere.
It's too weak now. He doesn't have that huge farming potential with his skeletons, but it's also the burst. It's just not as like nothing. He was not really, if I recall, he's not really nerfed too hardly in 732, but
No, yours
it doesn't feel like that.
No,
It's
it's
just
just
you get
slow.
kited so easily nowadays.
And like some of these heroes are favoring Radiance again, and like Wraith King's Radiance timing is just usually way too slow. And then you need like 2 more items before you can start fighting.
Yeah,
I guess you can still go like Armlet Deso, but
just not as good. Yeah.
You probably will see him come out again against these Faceless Voids because like it is the sword for swords like counter pick. But even so, like it's never cool. You can't really chrono me, but also losing your life just because of chrono doesn't feel good.
No, not at all.
Dire team ban.
Seen okay, Snapfire ban, so they're thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Not as much heal, but a lot of harass in the lane, and more importantly,
Jakiro
damage
is
in
the other
chrono.
one,
Yeah,
but
Jakiro.
Jakiro is like meh. Like the hero never feels bad, but it never feels good.
Do you think the Ember ban here is just to reduce the amount of kiting that
10
Sin 5 can do?
seconds remaining.
Castaway on the
Yeah,
mid?
it's a lot of mobility, eh? Like Snowball plus Dawnbreaker plus like
5
Castaway on
seconds
Ember
remaining.
Spirit. It also might signify that they want to like pick up like Puck or Lina for Adestam. I like the Lina versus Ember matchup is pretty even, but Ember can, if he goes like this Bloodstone plus slide of 4 fist max, like trade with her in the lane. But he can have a skill Flame Guard, so it doesn't feel too good. Like we should see Lina coming out here. Like it is an Adestam hero, and the hero is looking insanely busted with people doing this cast range build again.
Yeah.
He does like absurd amounts of damage.
I do remember the last time Aulina got shared with you, you were a little mad. Built the magic build and then was mostly right-clicking during the game. You think the right-click build
That was
just...
before the patch change, though.
Was it before the
10
patch?
seconds remaining.
Yeah, excuse
I
me.
can't remember.
No, like this E-Blade
5
Ags build
seconds
is...
remaining.
That Lina didn't even have Ags, man. She went to this
True.
cast range build and she didn't have Ags.
Mm.
Like the amp and like magic res and stuff that it gives, it's absolutely bonkers. So just Aether Lens into Ags and then yeah, you're good to go. We saw Crimson Tide do it the other night. It looked absolutely devastating. Like you had 2 massive games on it and it went through both drafts.
Let's see what they can opt to do here. We have the
They're
Coddle
really
banned
like
out.
banning towards this void, eh? Like Invoker being banned out, Snap being banned out. Okay,
that's-
Shadow Demon. That's Chrono save.
Yeah.
Okay, that's mainly why they picked it there.
Also, the ulti on Void, he is useless. If you're not directly on top of him or have lockdown of one of Demon's guys right next to Void, he can't do anything when
10
the
seconds
Purge comes out.
remaining.
He can jump away, but that's it. He's useless during the fight. And once you get
5
the Ags with the
seconds
2
remaining.
shards, strong. And you can go
Well,
straight Ags on Shadow
you-
Demon nowadays.
No.
Come on!
No,
It's the best thing. You got mana views Ags and you screw up the carry's day.
No.
I know his shard is good. Okay.
Maybe in
But-
your pubs, my friend.
I will.
Maybe in your pubs.
Inch pickup.
I like it.
Yeah.
Like these heroes they seem like his shot is so terrible. Like I'm just gonna comment on that, but anyway. Do you know if you use a shot in the jungle and the enemy's
10
creeps kill him,
seconds
it counts as a deny.
Mm.
Like he does not get credited
5
the kill.
seconds remaining.
Like how silly is that? Like okay, cool, you took someone out of the fight, but
No.
she doesn't get accredited the kills. You don't get XP or gold for it. It's like all
We
right.
don't talk about fair here in Dota. That's
Radiant
not how we
team
operate.
pick.
Marcy. I actually completely forgot about
Ooh.
Marcy after Dawn got picked up. Yeah.
Where are they going to play this, Marcy?
Probably Nibbling. Pos 4.
I think Pulse 4 Marcy is kind of dead though.
Mm.
Like it's looking so
Marcy
good
DP lane is a bit meh.
10
as an
seconds
offlaner. I was
remaining.
watching Resolution play it yesterday, and Anna also played as a Pos 1,
5
and he
Yeah,
went
he
like
does.
beyond
remaining.
godlike.
First
So,
game of T1, he plays Marcy carry.
yeah, like let's go. If you guys missed
What
me,
about
here I am.
Marcy faces Void lane? Not enough sustain through that when you're going against
The
the
Inch will
Dawn
probably
Tusk?
go with him. No, the Inch will be there. Like that's Inch's lane. So this is probably a Pos 4 Marcy. The DP one's kind of a buffer, and we know Toxic has been playing it.
Yeah.
So I actually like the changes, but from the perspective of a core, because to stun someone now, you don't have to like throw them over your head, turn around and then punch them. Like you can just jump on top of them and punch them.
Yeah.
So, and then go for this pudge.
Damn it.
Ooh.
I thought I would have some peace and quiet for one day. Well,
There's
this
so much,
is
but
a good Pudge
there's so
game.
much flexibility to this though.
10
Like, because
seconds
Grove is a big
remaining.
pudge player, or like I know, like he plays the hero like exceptionally well.
5
But
seconds
his
remaining.
signature is probably this Tusk, but Dawnbreaker is still flexible. But more than likely, safe lane pudge. Pulse 4 Tusk with the Stormbreaker in the off lane, and then they leaving Castaways pick until last.
Mm.
Yeah, Benchwarmers was thinking the same. They actually took out Timbersaw, which is it's a good pickup.
Yep.
Like if
Love
they
it.
decided to move this DP middle and pick Timber, Pudge would have had a not so great a time. But I have seen Pudges beat
10
Timbersaw in that
seconds
lane,
remaining.
but
Never.
it shouldn't happen.
No. Timber just outputs
5
too much
seconds
damage and
remaining.
stat loss, but it's just maneuverability
Radiant
as well, right?
team
So
ban.
Pudge gets on
Fuck.
top of you, level 2 rot, and you can just jump out.
Okay.
I guess there's still... I guess,
It's
yeah,
just
Sim 5 are looking for their
mobility.
mid.
But
Yeah.
there's still like a Void Spirit in the pool. Lina is still there. I do think Sin 5 can go for this Lina pick. Like it's pretty big for them. They do have
10
last pick,
seconds
but
remaining.
also Benchwarmers can do Lina as well. They're just lacking a bit of like grunt.
5
I know
seconds
Marcy can
remaining.
jump in. DP is tanky like because of a skill set,
Mm.
but DP is not going to start these fights for you, and Void wants to like scale.
Yeah.
He can drop a chrono here and there, but then they want damage into chrono. So Lina definitely gives them that, but then they're lacking a bit of frontline. Like,
So what's the
Lina plus-
optimal thing here?
No, they can do Lina. Lina plus Marcy, like throwbacks into LSA.
Mm-hmm.
So
They
lots
use-
of and it like insta kill Shadow Demon during the entire games.
True, yeah.
So
Does give them another
Dire
stun,
team
which they
pick.
need. Marcy and Void counter everything.
And like everything has been revealed. Like you can't go next now to counter
Yeah.
it or anything like that. So
Nyx pos 3. Easy.
what else? Like I definitely think like one of these teams is going to grab the Lina, but
10 seconds
like
remaining.
Void Spirit's still on the table.
Storm? Nah, Storm's not good here.
5 seconds
Too
remaining.
much catch.
Yeah, lots of catch. Like
DP silence on the one side, Snowball on the other.
Radiant
Chrono.
team pick.
Yeah, there's the Lina.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's the right pick. Like
As
because
if I could ever doubt you.
because Sin 5 was probably going to take it as well, and now they've kind of taken it away from them. And now Castaway needs to... Like, he could counter with Shadow Fiend. I actually like that. Shadow Fiend for them here is pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a lot of front
10
line.
seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
He can fear, like, next to Chrono to put people, like, to push the Void out of it
5
if he doesn't have
seconds
BKB.
remaining.
But, like, we'll see. Like, Shadow Fiend's pretty good. Like, the Void Spirit's still there.
What,
And, like,
what
Shadow
would,
Fiend can
what would
trade with her.
Castaway want? What does he want here?
I don't know, man. This side will play, literally, like we've seen him play Magnus middle, but I think it's
Tinker?
too much...
Nah.
Nah.
DP scares him too much. Marcy as well.
Well, and Lina with Ags
Castaway
has
Tinker.
flying vision.
True, actually.
No Tinker, please.
No Tinker. Okay. Save our souls for tonight. Well, they pick Pudge, so whatever.
There's they could make it work like in some way. Like he can laser Void and Chrono, make him miss people. So I don't know, but I definitely think like they can do Shadow Fiend here or Void Spirit. Void Spirit lane against Lina is pretty rough, but SF looks like the rounds off they draft. It gives them tower push, which they really need. They can probably do Dragon Knight as well. He doesn't care about Lina. Oh, they Legion?
You may now select your heroes.
Mid Dawnbreaker.
Okay, I said it earlier. Stick MD mid for this game. Mid Legion. Easy peasy. That was a menace back in the day, if you remember. I say back in the day, it was a year ago.
No, but Legion can lane against Void. Like Legion can pressure Void. So I think Legion lanes better against Void than
doesn't care about Ench either.
Than Dawnbreaker does, yeah. Because he can just if he gets like enchanted, he just purges it.
Well, that is going to be the draft. We'll see who picks what once we get the lobby back up.
Yeah, like one of the lads.
Yeah.
One of the lads was just waiting for his power to come back on. Like this was just the drafting stage, so we're just gonna remake the lobby quickly.
Yep.
In
the
I don't know, like Sin 5 is super beefy, eh? Like that was so beefy. But also like Death Prophet links any of these heroes. I don't think she's dying in these fights.
Nah, definitely not.
Unless Punch has Ags. But...
Yeah. Do you think he's going to go for the Axe build here? If he's if it's carry build, he has to. Yeah,
he has to.
But we saw who was it recently? I can't remember. If it was
Grove is okay. No. Like he just meme picked because
he meme picked it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What a lad!
I was like, what? But he does stuff like that because now like they're going like, why? So Grove is playing Legion.
So
What? No, he does those things.
It's always mind games.
I don't know, like Sin 5's draft is super beefy. Like it's really beefy and they've got a lot of kill potential. But I do see Benchwarmers draft outscaling them. So
it's going to be interesting to see. But while we get this upweighted, if you are just joining us, stick around during the game because of course we do have a giveaway tonight for an Evetech Stealth Gaming Glasses. So we'll be opening it up later on. So just keep watching the stream. You get a chance to win a nice pair of what? It's one Evetech game glasses, but it's good. It's like a big mouse pad. It's very nice, very tasty. But what do you think is going to be the outcome here of this game one? You've seen the draft. You don't know who's playing who besides the tiny little meme pick. But what do you think Sin 5 can pull out of the hat here with the Pudge and...
Hey, man. Like Groves on this Tusk. The man always gets farm. Like, he gets Ags up, but once some stage of this game, he can start repositioning people. Like Dawnbreaker is definitely a factor into this Faceless Void. He's never going to feel super comfortable just chronoing someone. But once again, I do think this Lina hero is completely busted at the moment. You put me on the spot because I can see both drafts working in their own right. Like Marcy running around with Lina behind him, like just like dispose into kills. Like that's a big thing. But then you've got Tusk Snowball save. And yeah, it's a hard one. I'm gonna go with
Come on, push your phones.
I'm gonna go with Benchwarmers game 1.
You got them? Okay. I was thinking the same thing. The DP gives them a lot of push, and the Lina, we've seen what a menace it can be. Who's previously Cuckoo played it a bunch and just tore up the game when he played it on Taken. And yeah, I don't know. It's going to be tough. But historically, if I'm saying that for the previous EGL, Sin 5 has had the upper hand through and through. Of course, last time they faced out on EGL 1 Season 2 in the grand finals, Sin 5 clean swept in the clean sweep for a nice 3-0. And then actually in I believe the upper bracket final was a 2-1. And then if you go all the way back to Season 1, it was also a 3-0 and a 2-1 in the grand finals as well. That's sorry, no, I didn't look at Season 1 there.
But there's been a history of these games as well. Like, in the ones that was a bit more closely contested, Benchwarmers tended to win the first game, and then Sun 5 would come back with just like 3 straight games in a row and like take the series.
I remember it was actually who did they play? They played a Grove Techies against it was Energy against Benchwarmers in Season 1. And then the second time around, I think they banned out the Techies, even though they lost with it. And then Grove Earth Spirit won the game for them, just completely ran them over that way. And honestly, last season's final was it's clean. It's clean Dota through and through, and Benchwarmers didn't really have an answer. But if you look at the most recent time they matched up, it was of course a 2-1 for Benchwarmers that time around. So yeah, it's what you see.
I just don't know. Like, this Legion pick is. They're trying to like burst people, but what is they burst though? That's what I'm trying to see now. Like, you duel someone.
Yeah.
Where does damage come from?
Tusk. Punch.
Yeah, like in the early stages of the game, but like after 15 minutes, like you duel someone. There's no like insta burst. Like Dawnbreaker needs to like blow his entire spell load. Pudge is gonna try and get his Ags up, and until that point, it might just be for lockdown purposes. I don't know, but with these Legion picks, you tend to see like a full-on like combo. Like, okay, cool, we're gonna do Snapfire, we're gonna do Skywrath Mage, etc., etc. So
it's also, if we're looking at it, the full history of these guys. I like looking at the stats of the things, right? So the full series history between them is 5 games to Sin 5, 4 to Energy. Of those 9 matches, I believe 5 of them have been best of 5 grand. The other 4 were best of 3s. Sin 5 has won 3 of the best of 5s, and the rest of the series went to Benchwarmers that time around. I think every time it went to Benchwarmers, it was a 2-1. And Sin 5, they had a 3-2, 1-3-1, and 2-3-0s. So I don't know. It's curious to see. How do you actually? I do want to touch on this. You had a nice opinion on MD last year around when he started out on the old White Rabbit squad, and then he changed over to Sin 5, and then Season 2 he changed over to the carry role, and a lot of the criticism they received was, oh, MD can't carry, he's just an overly aggressive mid laner who, if he gets caught, he goes too far, and then they sort of lose the game off the back of that. But he's sort of matured in this mid lane, in the safe lane. Do you think he's still going to be keeping things kosher and not overextending too much?
So the thing is, like, he's always been an exceptionally mechanically skilled player. I think he just needed some time to slot into that role. Because I remember watching that series, and then MD is like, if it wasn't a competitive game, I would have said he's griefing, because he's just completely over pushing in like areas of was over pushing in areas of the map he shouldn't have been in the first place, and he just constantly got caught. I think he got caught 3 or 4, 5 times in like the weirdest positions, like you wouldn't expect a carry to be in, and it cost them games. So that's also I don't know what happens behind the doors, so let's stir the pot a little bit, but that's also when they removed him from their roster for like I think 3 or 4 games, and then he came back. So I don't know, maybe it was just like a thing like, hey man, just go take a break, just get your head sorted, and come back
in the corner.
Just come back with a like full strength, because
wear the hat of shame. I'm sure Costway has a hat of shame somewhere.
Why would he have a hat of shame? I don't think that man, from a Dota perspective, has ever experienced any shame in his entire life.
No, but he has one, just to give it out.
Like what, to the people that he defeats?
No, just to give out to some. If they need a hat of shame, then he has one. I see him has.
George, I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens in your household, but normal households don't have hats of shame. like, what did your mother do to you? I'm sorry, but like hats of shame is not a thing. We had like encouragement from our parents.
Hell no.
You go, lad. You'll be the best that you can be.
Hey, well, I'm sure. I don't know. I see him as a prepared individual. He prepares for every outcome. Isn't he studying to be a lawyer anyway? Or is he is already a lawyer? Costway.
I think you can.
So.
I don't think he's studying to be. I know Doom Bunny studies law, or he studied law. He's actually finished.
Maybe
I don't know if Castaway is doing the same thing.
What has happened to Doom Bunny? I think he's just fallen off.
He was playing with GHC.
Yeah, of course.
Like, what happened there?
Okay, so GHC they had a bit of a rough time, right? They lost to Aura 2-1 in the very first round. They came back and beat Myrmidons 2-0, but then fell short against Taken, and the matches were a bit lackluster. But it actually looks like we do have MD with us, so I believe the game will be going in just a moment. They're just going to go through the picks. But of course, since we last were on the air, Mr. Not.a.hero, we had ZA and Exdee last time round. Exdee taking a 2-0 and ZA taking top 4. But then the match that we didn't have an opportunity to stream was, of course, the 5th-6 tiebreaker, where White Rabbit was able to take a 2-0 over Taken. So again, the reform.
That was an interesting result, because White Rabbit has been a mixed bag this season. They've had good games and they've had really bad ones, and Taken has been like consistent, and White Rabbit actually ended up like beating them.
If I recall, White Rabbit beat Taken in our qualifiers as well. Now that I think of it, so White Rabbit taking it over that is going to be okay. See, there's another problem.
Yeah, we have a game, man. Like, let's go. Like, forget about the past. This is the future. We're going forward.
One more technical problem, please.
What do you mean?
Is there a problem? I'm not sure.
Someone
tell me stuff.
Screen.
I'm hearing the stuff going, but I don't think there is a problem here. So we're going to be doing it again. Don't go anywhere, because of course there's a giveaway later on.
Oh, my nonsense.
I see Jerick's.
This is the same thing as the other nights. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think it's just a little connection problem. Thank you, Valve.
Yeah.
Maybe they're also having load shedding. I don't know.
All the players got DC'd from the lobby, peeps. Like, thanks, Valve.
Indie company, remember? Indie company. Small indie. It's okay. This is the life of Dota. We struggle through adversity. You never give up when you're going up against Megas, right? Who was it in the qualifiers for TI that just won against Megas? I forgot. I saw the match.
Against Megas?
Yeah, they came back against Megas. I can't remember who it was. I think it was SEA somewhere.
No, SEA is still going on. T1's playing tomorrow morning.
Then it must be Eastern Europe, I think.
No, well,
I saw Knoxville tweet it. It must be true.
Yes, but it doesn't help you just read there was a mega creep comeback, but you don't pay attention to the actual team that qualified.
I don't have time.
Oh yeah, you had time to read the entire first part of the message and then just stopped.
Yes.
Nice.
Past George doesn't remember.
We're just waiting for Corny in the lobby.
I'm joining. Passwords, stuff. Anyway. We can actually get into Dota now. I think it's going to be fine this time around. But of course, if you guys are just joining us, we have gone through the draft. And now we're just waiting for it to be put back together. We can get the game going. And Sin 5 versus Benchwarmers. Historically, Sin 5 has had the upper hand in EGL. Benchwarmers trying to upset this established order here. And they did do that the last time they two played against each other. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen all the picks happening in the greatest session.
Yeah, for the guys that just tuned in, like this is all picked now. We've already drafted. Like there was an issue with the lobby. We're back in now. But Sinister 5 is going with the carry Pudge. It looks like they're putting Dawnbreaker mid on Castaway and Legion Commander is offlane on C1.
Yeah.
So pretty beefy draft from them. 3 strength cores, so that Timber Soul band was pretty value at the moment. Plus the Undying as well. They took out Undying and Timber. But Benchwarmers had this Lina as their last pick, and I think this hero has a good start, is absolutely menacing.
Sitting in the back pocket waiting to be
Prepare
used.
for battle.
Lina has always been one of these heroes that can output so much physical damage during the game, and now it's changed over to that magical damage with the Flamecloak Ags.
It's so much damage.
What was it you said?
But it's not just that. Like, it tanks her up as well, because it gives her like what, 35% spell resistance. And like, cool, like spell amp by 30%, so it's basically pure damage plus a little bit extra.
Plus you get it on the other stuff now. That's the
plus you get it on everything. It's not just the ulti. Like, ulti doing pure damage. Now it's basically pure damage on all of her spells. Doesn't go through magic immunity, obviously, but still, it's so absurd, man. Like, if your BKB runs out and she hits you with anything, like, it's going to be a tough time.
Yeah. Let's see. Soup in the mid lane. It's TKC. Lane duo this time round, and Toxic or Nibbly Monkey. He's fit into this team, right? He's made these plays. He's been able to get Benchwarmers in a good spot through and through. Doesn't look like we're going to have any argy-bargies in the mid lane, but Grove just checking for vision. Doesn't see. Well, that might have been TKC there. I think it was. He checked it in here. Whoops.
The battle begins.
MD. Yoinking the rune from Schlenks with the hook. Laughs it off. See what can happen here. Do see some familiar faces in the chat today, so hope you enjoy. This, of course, upper bracket final, guys. Like, it's a long road to get here, especially with SCOM screwing everything up. But we are here at least. We've got the game going. So we'll see what can come from it. Bot lane.
This Stormbreaker pick is pretty interesting middle though. Like, we haven't seen this here in the mid lane quite a bit. It definitely can work. It's an early level 6. You can stop putting pressure on the side lanes. With Toxic's doing a little bit of throw down bottom. Oh, hook!
Yeah, he hits the hook onto him. The Rotter's gonna not be there, so still level 1, but Soup. That Spur Siphon is a lot of damage at this level 1. Doesn't have the charges anymore.
I think also opted for the Shadow Poison level 1.
I think you do want to prefer to just output a bit more damage. With the Pudge you can potentially get a kill if they step too far. See actually the 4 stacks on Toxic. It's going to burn quite a bit on him.
We have sticks on this lane yet. Like, there's no stick on Toxic yet. He needs to watch out. He's going to die to the Shadow Demon.
Yeah. Slinks.
Oh, he dodged it.
Ooh, actually,
that was cheeky.
Yeah. Oh, he's just going to leave him. I think he doesn't want to chance it. Thinks maybe you can get enough stacks off and kills
that was
him
a
after the
nice
fact
little
anyway.
sidestep there, though.
Yeah. MD, safe in. Gonna be alright. Top lane though. Actually have Grove. Causing a bit of trouble for Defi and TKC thus far. Last hits wise, he has gotten a lot of farm in this first wave. 6-1
Grove just steals the big creep.
Cheeky boy.
Man.
He's a cheeky.
But those are the little things he keeps doing consistently throughout the game, and it actually like starts contributing to his net worth. And like, yeah, it's messing with the enemy as well, but and now you stack this camp so you can do a side pull again.
Yeah. Have Defi bring this curry out. I thought he was just gonna go
Crossway's being pressured hard.
Had to stand on the Lina.
This means you can
bottle
probably get
already.
both power runes in the mid lane, yeah.
Definitely here.
Yeah,
Castaway
kills the
without the
one.
bottle. I think is it on curry already? It is, yeah. So he's gonna be late on that. Yeah, Adestam's definitely got both, yeah.
He's starting to bottle up.
Yeah. Ooh, got clipped. I think Castaway, he thought to go for it, but sees Adestam's going to have it.
Adestam also
Not
opted to go
today.
2-0-1 on this Lina. So he just wants to like pass the Dragon Slave and then right click. So just a lot of harass. And it's paying off. Like, he's controlling the CS at the moment. Like, he's significantly ahead. And Castaway is not feeling comfortable to step up to this lane.
No. Gonna have such a quick kill coming out from Lina. Top lane actually.
lane.
TKC. Being shotted in. He's gonna cut the tree, but the Iglu's gonna be there to stop it. He'll be there, but holy moly. 2 levels in the overwhelming odds. You can't really cancel that much.
Yeah, no.
Defi's
Bambi
fine.
T when she's 6, but up until this point, the HP pool is abysmal, and this Legion plus Tusk is just taking advantage of it. Like, they just constantly putting pressure and hitting. And now he's going to do a pull as well, because there's no Enchantress to contest him.
Gets that pull off nicely.
Castaway had to do the walk of shame.
Yeah, he did actually. And it's right back to it. He's brought in extra style to this lane now with the full bottle, but Adestam's not going to stop this. He's going to keep it going. Top. Contesting this hard camp again. Deppy's running forward onto Treasure 1 and Grove. I'm getting a few of these creeps. And Forden is actually. Maybe blue again. Does get off again. It's fine. He gets the spice off earlier this time around. It's a few raindrops as well. Oh, hello.
Oh, he jumped.
Yeah, Treasure 1. Now on to him. It doesn't have the igloos. It's still on cooldown. Treasure 1 is going to be fine here. He could purge Grove, but Grove is fine. He's a strong man. He can deal with this himself. Bot lane, actually. Toxic. They get the jump onto MD. The stun was there, the toss back as well. The Spirit Siphon's onto him, but the activation of the Flesh Heap, he doesn't take damage. He's fine.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yes.
like that's... Just pop... But this is the thing, like 1-2-1 on this purge at the moment, like just one level of Flesh Heap to sustain this lane. It is very significant. Like not losing a big amount of HP to the Siphon there, it makes a big difference.
Especially
But it should make Death Prophet heal less as well.
Yeah.
Because she does less damage to you.
But it's like, I don't know, it's like the old IO, if you remember, had to have HP missing to be able to heal. That's how it should be. You're alright.
Yeah, like if you do less damage to me, then you should heal less as well, because then people can counter that with like pipe. Because then you have to like siphon for 400 HP before it actually starts healing her.
Yeah.
I just
What's
don't
at
like
the-
Death Prophet, man. Addiston is currently doubling Castaway CS.
Foaming at the mouth. Yeah. Mid lane. It's actually, he's had this advantage the whole time, right? Had a stand on the arena, but at the same time, he's not really gotten into the kill range. And I say that Castaway's actually gotten onto him, yeah. This time he's fallen below half HP. He has a 7 stack, so right click harass will be there.
Got him?
Yeah. Explosion's gonna be there, the hook's gonna land, the rot's gonna be there. Stick is not enough to sustain him through this. They don't really have a stun to stop Zukia, and this Reverse Siphon he's gonna keep him alive.
You need to watch out for these poison stacks. It
He's
is
got
level
15
2.
more charges. He's fine.
Oh, TKC scouted Grove's rotation. Like Grove is running to the mid, but he definitely saw him do it, and he would have called for it as well. You see, Lina immediately bailing out. Oh, Sphinx is here.
Yeah, they've caught on both sides of the river this time. Toxic here is in support. Can't really jump onto him actually. Does have the pass range for it. Just Lynx just going to be tossed up and slowed here. Of course, the stun no longer on the toss. Paul didn't get enough.
Oh, he's going back in!
No, he's going back in. I think he was going for the stun, but now the range ups are going to be popped. The Dawnauts, he's going to come through and he's going to stop it with the shards. You're going to stay in my town, Grove, once again, showing why he's one of the best in the business. Keeps going on to Toxic in the middle lane. Ooh, jumps up, but jumps back in. What the hell?
That might have been a
He got the
mistake.
stun off, but yeah, he could have gotten out. That's going to cost him his life. Ooh.
And that's just what
frisky.
Sun5 does, man. Adestam is pressuring like Castaway so hard in this mid lane. He's literally doubling the CS. And what happens? They rotate both supports on both sides at the action rune spawn. 6 minutes in, they take it away from Adestam and Alina, and they get 2 kills out of it as well. And the thing is, TKC can't make this rotation unless he has like a Seder creep or something, which he actually picked up now. But Grove is following him, like he sees him.
Deppy, he's been farming this whole time. He's opted in for the Midas build this game. At least he's got a Q. See if he pulls the trigger for that Clever Face.
Pudge?
Lane? Yeah,
No,
he's looking creeps.
I just heard the hook, man. I was
Yeah,
like,
same.
hey,
Where's it going?
what's going on?
What do you think of the flag
Oh,
bearer
the jumping
change?
top?
Oh, yeah, actually, you say that. Yeah. Igloo's going to be there. Deppy's going to be fine. Doesn't have to
Toxic
jump
is here.
forward. So they're going to be a little bit curious here. The stun is going to be there from the Enchantress. TKC. Ooh, Wand keeping him alive. Not a single bash thus far. He's praying to the dirt. Okay, how is he
He
not
needs
bash?
to shout bash.
Come on. Come on. Not like this. Not like this. Oh, with the duelist. What is this? Sinister 5, you can't do this! He finally dies, but I mean... Oh, okay. Deppy gets the crowd off, he has his glove of haste, so he's going to hit a little further, but he's still not bashing. Tables will be flipped, minds will be broken, the stun is finally going to be there. It was actually the stun from Toxic instead. Deppy!
Oh. T1.
16%, my ass. That did not bash at all.
Well, at the end of it, Tuskus middle.
Yep. Grove again, showed up to mid. Alistan, ooh, pops the DD. He's going to try and get this kill. Not on my watch, says Grove. Throws an igloo. Right towards me.
Significant though, because Alistan was having a massively good time in this lane. And you can see it on the net worth now, like he's actually 4th on the net worth, and he should have been like pretty comfy on top. But these 2 deaths now has really cost him.
Yeah.
He's still fine, like he's got, like he's on track to his arms, but he's only 200, like double the CS of the Dawnbreaker, but he's only 200 gold ahead of him. Look where Grove is setting up, like look at this Tusk mid, like look where he is playing Dota.
Alistan, TPing in here, has support. Actually 4 of Benchwarmers in this mid lane at the moment. All of that is just giving all the space to MD. He's farming up nicely, 2nd on the net worth behind the Legion. So up top lane is not really going on Deppy. Had they fight and he got his deal off.
C1 being top lane at the moment is, I don't know, like that is, like Phase Boots, Falcon Blade, a Bracer as well. He's getting Blade Mail first item. Yeah. TKC's in trouble.
Got blocked up, but it's fine. Oh, Snowball's going to be there. Didn't roll, just going to stun him and run away. Yeah, they're fine. They do have vision of Toxic there with that Observer Ward.
So, like what about a lot of like less skilled teams do against like Sin 5 when Grove is making these rotations? They always react to them.
Oh, bot lane.
And it's the worst thing that you can do.
He smells blood. Got his fleshies up. He's going to have the rot. The ulti's going to come through as well. That is exorcism committed, and he only got 200 damage onto the tower. That is a big oops. That is a big X.
Yeah, he thought he was alone there. Toxic needs to start. What I was trying to say before was like Toxic needs to start making the same pressure rotations that Grove is making, but he just doesn't feel comfortable doing it at the moment because teams react to these movements, and you end up losing heroes, and you start falling behind. Okay, there we go. You see his middle. Oh, you missed the stun.
Yep. Connect this time. I have 2 more of them. Why are you hitting yourself?
Bottom. Soup is just putting a bit of pressure onto MD here.
He's fine. He's got that hood up. The right click still hurt for quite a bit. But it's Soup, no exorcism. MD was just defending the tower, but it looks like he's just banking off here.
Sin 5 has got 4 heroes in the same jungle area at the moment, which is not a good sign. But they're feeling pressured. Like they don't have much wave clear now that I think about it from the sports. Like Marcy doesn't really clear waves, and neither does Enchantress.
Asking for a little bit of a fight. They are going to blind. Toxic jumps in. He actually gets a bash 2 this time round. The 3rd is not going to be there because he gets the kill anyway.
Epi is having a good time.
Oh, mid lane. Pudge showed up. Indeed. He's going to be onto the salmon. Holy moly. The Purge, the Rot, the ulti. It's going to go down. This is going to be definitely powerful. Although, ooh, Deppy. He's coming into the fight. He has the chrono up. Toxic's going to jump in first. He's going to make space. He actually chronos his team, and he gets banished straight away.
He got banished.
Toxic's going to be there. Doesn't get the spin off with the Pudge. And ooh, Pudge has got back in. He thinks he's strong. He's got the hood up. With the Fleshy active, but yeah. That's a waste of chrono. They're fine with this.
Such a sick little play by TKC. Like he knew he was dying there, but he got that banish off onto the void. There's a hook.
Yep. TKC being gone on there. So that's a punch up. Level 6. Not more burst damage that Sin 5 is going to be taken into these fights. Top lane. Oh no. Oh no. I've seen this fight before. Seems like every single Dawnbreaker game. Help indeed.
And Adestam is also not opting for like this current meta build at the moment. Like he feels he needs to BK straight away, which I can understand why. Like he's just being completely slaughtered with all the nukes and stuff that the Sin 5 is throwing. Yeah. Oh, there's a hook.
Yep. Another stun. Another ulti. Look at Sin 5. Just take a moment to see where they are. 3 of their heroes are up here in the top of Benchwarmers jungle.
It's because no one's pushing lanes, man. Yeah. Like there's no one showing bottom, there's no one middle. Top is being pressured by C1 and Castaway. Just allows them to run straight at you.
You think Benchwarmers here they got to get a grip on the spot side on that. Get some space for them to farm through.
They need to stop playing the map. Like Adestam is going to be like quite a bit off like from this like insane Lina like burst damage because he's going for this BKB first. Like the games where she's thrived, she hasn't had to go this. Like she could just go like Aether Lens Ags. But he needs his BKB. Like I can see why he's doing it, and I probably feel like at least then he can get his spells out, because at the moment he's just being chain locked down, and nothing is being casted. But Benchwarmers being pressured significantly.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower
MD Pudge in the mid lane. That's those 5 flesh heap stacks already. He'll be fine. They're trying to get the stun on him here with the centaur creep. Grove has actually made his way to the top lane, so he's not on that high ground anymore. But yeah,
there we go.
Lynx gets caught. Ooh.
Almost a good save.
Yeah, almost. Okay, Exus
And this is what they
round
need
2.
to do. Yeah.
Let's not get
we
bursted
have
within 10 seconds.
Exo. He's gonna get hooked. He needs to watch out here. It's still 8 seconds.
They're just behind him. So MD is going to try and get this. He's going to run in the setting.
Good
Sounds
silence.
off. Did have the flesh heap active though, so he's not going to get completely through. The duel's going to come through. The Dawnbreaker ult, he's going to stun onto 3. Another double stun for Crunch away with the spinnies. Oh my word. And they get the hook! God, that stab! MD going MD, but you're going to rot yourself to death. He doesn't even get the kill off. I guess he's left all alone.
They
my
did not
lordy.
respect that Dawnbreaker ulti. They did not respect that Dawn ulti. They full on committed, and that Dawn ulti came in, they did not respect it at all. Epi's here,
Epi. That's not your house, buddy.
but that's also the problem with like this Midas pickup, man. Like when you pick up Midas, you kind of want like 5 minutes for it to pay off for itself.
Trying to catch something there, Toxic.
They are keeping this mid tower alive though, which is big. Like it's allowing them to not just completely being run over, it's still having this mid tower, and you can see like Sim 5 is pressuring it over and over again, because I know the moment this tower goes down, the map is theirs.
But that was a full fight with the exorcism for Benchwarmers, so them not even getting that mid tower for it.
We spoke about like Soup being such an aggressive offlaner, and it takes a lot of pressure off Adesam.
Yeah.
And then they go and they pick him death properly.
Yeah. They needed the Legion for him. Oh, actually.
Ooh, that hook.
That's close.
Deppy does have chrono.
Yeah. The Javelin, so more procs, but having all these procking bits of damage
Look at
without any
Grove.
attack speed, yeah.
Tusk. Warrior's punch blinks away.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Man, this Oak is...
Oh,
He's a menace. He's an
a
absolute
level.
menace.
He's on his own level. Elsewhere.
He's an absolute menace. They're picking Soup. They want him.
Yeah. Bot lane. Crossway. Come in agriculturist, hiding in the
He's in
trees.
trouble.
It's fine, because he can't do anything. They have
No, he's gonna purge him. They got son of Marcy.
Oh, actually. Okay, Chrono committed. Not gonna have to jump through. This is gonna be all the way onto Crossway in the bot lane. Haven't even killed him off just yet. The stun's gonna come through. Spinny is run well.
That's a good kill.
In the lane. Yep.
But they did trade. They lost Soup as well.
Deppy. Gonna get the duel off. The punch was there to hold him in place, and it's not good. More time on the
They
Midas down.
respond
as he
so
stays
quickly,
dead.
man.
Yeah. Guess they did have vision of them running over. I'm looking at the
And they killed Punch
lane.
Mid.
Oh, actually, yeah.
That's a big kill. That's a really big kill.
Adesam has his BKB finished up now off the back of that. Now, Schlinks and Grove actually smoked up mid here, but I don't think they can really get a kill, just the two of them.
tower is under attack.
Well, they have the Dawnbreaker ulti as soon as she's up, and has Odessa finished on her as well. As soon as.
Ashunesh.
I truly like talking with my teeth together.
God, that sounds like a drinking game. We've all been there.
I haven't.
Wait, were you not allowed to show your teeth in a drinking game?
No, I don't
It's
drink.
the most terrifying thing in your life. Like, and then when you try laughing without showing your teeth, like it's not fun.
Was this the not.a.hero and Exdee TI party that we're hearing of?
Dire's middle tower has
What?
fallen.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll be off and see if we can do it. Crossway. How's this Dessa finisher? Like I mentioned, opting for the shard next up. This is standard. As a Philosopher's Stone, just gonna pass it off to Slinks. MD. He's actually a little bit behind on his timing.
He still doesn't have any charges on this desk, so.
He just picked it up once he died.
Yeah, MD's slightly behind. Like normally you see these projects pick the Ags up around like 17, 18 minutes. And like he's only 900 gold away, so it's gonna be slightly delayed. But middle.
Yeah, actually. Grove, finally getting
That's
a
the
taste
combo
of
that we
his own
spoke
medicine.
about.
Yep.
Just the jump, dispose into the LSA.
Opting for Lincoln's on Adesam next up.
I don't like this. He's going
There's
for like
so many things I can select it with too.
yeah, he's going for this like hybrid. He doesn't want to get dueled. He doesn't want to get pudge bitten, Shadow Demon ulti. But like he's a big source of their damage. And why this hero has seen a resurgence is because of Ags, and you want that Ags like pretty early, like 25 minutes at the latest. And this is definitely going to delay that Ags time quite a bit.
Yeah. Crossway did get a glimpse
They're
of
going
what
straight into
they're doing
Roche.
down below. Yeah.
They're going to the Roche pit. Like
They
they saw them bottom, and they go straight into Roche.
Sun 5
So
gonna
it's
hold
Tusky,
themselves
yeah.
a house here. It's the area they can really control. They've got this vision up all around. Benchwarmers is completely off. They see this mid lane where Adesam is, and he's actually being gone on this whole time. Also, it's a BKB charge, so I think Grove is going to be fine with that, actually.
Yeah, and like that's for Roche. Like he did
Yeah.
that on purpose. 100% he did that on purpose.
Sun 5. I don't think Bench, do you think they have an idea of this?
No, not at all. Like because that Tusk went in mid, they probably thought they were going for a gank. And that's ages for Pudge with 200 gold away from Ags. So he's just going to farm this Ags now, and then it's go time for Sun 5.
Definitely has the Van Brace up with the hood, so a lot less damage.
There's only a
he takes.
2k net worth difference at the moment.
Oh,
This
okay.
Midas is going to start kicking in. Oh, Adestam. I mean, he doesn't have BKB this time. Is there a blink on C1? Yeah,
There
there
is a blink, yeah. I think they're just
And
waiting
Mr.
for...
Greedy!
There we go. Just waiting for one more item. We can get it. It's fine.
Yikes.
Adesam.
That is
Before
actually, I
that-
didn't think about that. Like, disseminate with duel.
Oh.
Because remember, like the damage that reflects doesn't just reflect to the targets around him, it reflects onto the hero itself as well. So you're effectively increasing the damage that's happening to that hero by 20%.
Yes.
So people think it's just a
120% blade melt.
yeah. So people think it's a
Yeah.
reflection onto everyone around him. Yes, but the hero that it's on also takes the bonus damage.
Mid lane. Punch has this. Woo! Okay. He's going fishing. Actually,
Crossbow is looking bottom. Does he have his blink yet? No, not yet.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Crossbow can't kill here. And his team is like posturing to push these towers top lane and bottom.
Dire's
So
top
definitely
tower
not
is
going
under
to.
attack.
he has a shot up, so he feels strong, but no, he's playing this safe. Plays with his head.
The thing is, he
Actually,
can.
they see Soup.
Oh.
This is going to be gone. The Dawn is going to be there. Ooh, the ulti's going to come out, actually. The Chrono just a savior, and I think Soup is still going to end up dying even after the duel duration. Stun is going to come in from top 6.
Oh, this is big.
The swing! It didn't hit the second time, but that was so much damage. The rest of Benchwarmers have shown up to the fight, as well as Sinister 5. Chosen One's falling very low here. The stun doesn't hit onto him, but here comes MD. He's running in with the rots, and oh, Toxic is just taking too much. Adesam throws out the Laguna, but it's not going to do anything. The Aegis is going to fall down. And now Sin 5, they got to regroup as soon as this one comes out. Doesn't have a purge on Legion, so he's going to get stunned up right at the start. The hook is going to go miss. Ole, indeed. MD is trying to get here. He gets the ult up. If Deppy jumps in and out, he's going to take the shard all the way after Adestam. Soup falls down. The shards are going to block him in. Deppy's swaying in as well. They do get the kill onto MD, but now you're left alone. You got to get the bashes. He's trying to hit both. He doesn't. Chosen One and Grove finish up the fight. That was a big old skirmish for just a small old mistake.
I think Benchwarmers would take that because that was into Aegis as well. If there was no Aegis on that fight would have been completely different. Because this secondary life, he did so much damage. Like this punch, Rot Ags. Like how much damage did he did 5,000 damage at
Oh,
5,000 damage just from Rot, like alone. Like,
it's a match. Oh. A big output from Benchwarmers outside was the lasagna blade of Adestam. I actually looked at it.
what blade?
Lasagna blade. Don't you know it's called lasagna blade?
Just you are a menace to Dota.
Take off the Grove, just in a different way. One that requires no skill. CKC! Yep, there it is. Punch is going to be there. Actually, that's weird. I don't know, the Walrus punch took longer on an Enchantress.
Yeah, it
Enchantress.
does.
That's strange.
It does. But Walrus Kick does not, which is weird. Because
You want to
it's still-
talk about menace? Give Grove an Aghanim Scepter. He's actually building it. He's got
Yeah.
quarter of it done already. Oh, that's gonna be nasty. Then it's old mag pushback without any of the downside.
Dire's middle tower.
But you can kick while you're in snowball and blink out while you're in it too.
No, just follow the kick. And should be
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
And they've got so much to play it into now. They can kick him into MD, they can kick it into the Legion.
Dawnbreaker is
Dawnbreaker.
going like full on right click build here. He feels they're gonna lack damage. I don't know if I like this. Like right click Lina.
Do you think you'd rather go the right click or the magic against?
No, definitely the
Pudge?
magic. Like definitely the magic.
Oh, Dawn off will come up. Go on to Soup again. He's been the runt of the litter thus far.
Oh man, and he's got that Jules, but the thing is against Shadow Demon it means absolutely nothing because you can actually purge Jules now. So like he hits you with the ulti, you pop that Jules, you're going nowhere.
Pudge going for the BKB. And an E-Blade like most. Like few, I should say. Yeah, this is going to be a free tower for Sin 5 up in the top lane. They've controlled this tough part of the map for pretty much the entire
He's
game.
not using his Midas.
Are fortified.
Yeah, I've seen this a few times. Okay,
Okay, he's
it irks
not.
me, but he's got it now.
Is under attack.
I was just like, I clicked on his portrait and I was like, okay, like, why is
I
he not using
starts
his Midas?
twitching. He's not using the Midas. Inefficiency.
Yeah, he lost a full 5 seconds there.
Ugh.
New player.
No. But how many times does 5 seconds add up? You can get a whole extra 100.
Benchwarmers is gonna run into a damage problem, and then I don't just mean physical damage, I mean like damage in general, because this Lina is going for the Lincoln, but so is Void, man. Like both your cores are going for this Lincoln.
Oh, that's
Oh,
it.
hook.
They get the hook. Holy moly! Deppy did not see that one coming. Woo! Actually, get
Soup's
the
in
jump
trouble
on
as
the
well.
Grove. Yep. He's going to be kicked up once again. Punch this time around. Actually, no, they're just disengaging for now. You can see
Radiant's bottom
running off to
tower.
the bottom. Actually, I've chosen one jumping in this time around. Doesn't have the duel. Silence is going to be there. Going to hit onto a few. Castaways thrown in. He's going to have the hammer back up in the second. 1-2. Yules to dodge it off. Toxic is going to be there for the hook from MD. He's bringing them back into the fight, saying, "This is my house. You better stay in it." Grove again, getting the vision with the snowball, bringing Tozamal onto it. MD
There's
just
just no
runs forward.
response, man. Like,
Yeah.
I 100% feel if Adesanya went like this magic casting build, like then there's at least a response to like these fights because it's damage that's coming out. So, but there's just no damage. Like they're running at them and then Death Prophet Siphon is like the source of damage that's happening. There's no like real. Oh, he got the hook,
Oh
man.
my word, not again like this. Actually get the stun on him to Aswell. I'm just gonna rot him down, doesn't even need the right click. Oh my word.
Dire's middle tower
MD.
is under attack.
MD.
They are so far away from that. It was like this
Oh,
void's not
Deppy,
broken.
no!
Jules?
Okay,
Dire's
that was weird. He saw him run down, but he didn't see him jump forward.
He's just debating him not to use his Midas.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. Like
It's off cooldown.
it's off cooldown, like, you know.
It's off cooldown. Oh, hello,
Oh, no.
actually. Yeah. Grove gets caught in the middle of the teaming. It's going to be banished up, so Sans is going to end. He might be able to get out here. Has the blink timing. Deppy's going to jump in on the backline, gets a bash onto Slinks. And he finally uses the Midas. Most important part.
But that's EXO used for a Shadow Demon kill.
Yeah. Oh, out of Sam.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
These toxic
Like,
jumps.
that
they've been
doesn't feel
so-
good, man. Like that's your big team fight spell, and they've just used it to kill the Pos 5 on the enemy side.
Mid lane. TKC. Blade mail up. Who's going to deal? Yep. Goes in one.
It's got 160 plus deal damage.
Just half a rapier. No
Oh
biggie.
man.
Oh, Grove.
Dire's
They
middle
do have vision of them here. They have this high ground vision up. Deppy does have Chrono. He's opting for Lincolns himself as well. What is Benchwarmers and Lincolns? Oh my word. Soup. Hold on, he actually has the BKB finish up, so he's going to use the Dismember. Heal onto Soup. Coach is going to be there. Overwhelming odds, not doing much, but Toxic. Spending all that time near Stinky Pudge, you're definitely going to die. Dawnbreaker ult comes through, doesn't clip onto anyone just yet. Chrono's going to come out on the backline, but more importantly, Adastan's being clipped on there. MD's going to be fine. They actually get the snowball save during the Chrono, but Adastan falls down. Now, Deppy in trouble, purged up. Ultied as well, the shard's going to be onto him. MD actually doesn't get the hook, brings up Castaway, but they get the duel. One's part of the fight
Banish
to the
as well.
end. finish onto TKC. Chosen One says, hello, want to have some fun? Doesn't look like it.
Oh, they are feeling it. They are feeling it so
Grudge is
much.
just like, guys, hop in.
No, kill him, guys. We got a 5-man snowball into oblivion. Like that
Reminds me of a certain meme. For God's sake.
No, what meme? Tell us, Jordan.
You know the meme.
I don't know what meme you're talking about.
The couch meme.
What couch? Elaborate, please.
You are not educated in the way of memes.
Is there a crystal maiden involved?
Yes, there is. Oh, Soup, these snowballs. He got stuck. These mantas from the Banishers. Oh, okay. Bro, he says, no, we go in when I tell you, and we go out when I tell you. We leave like this. Stop like, oi, faster forward. Didn't catch Chosen One this time. Deppy's jumping in and out. The duel's going to be there onto Soup. It's sort of like he baited him into this castle. He's going to say, hello, my friends. Spinning like a carousel. You kill them off. TKC. Yep, they're doing it again. Yeah, no, he's dead.
I really dislike this build that Alistair went with on the Cena. Like, I really dislike it. Like, so much.
Oh, well.
It's so defensive, man. I understand that he needs these items. Like they are being ran at constantly. But that's what pressure does, eh? Like, that's what... Like you're being pressured, you're being ganked 3 times before 5 minutes in the game. And then you feel like, okay, I need to be heavy. Okay, no, I need Lincolns. And you just never get to actually dishing out damage in this game. There's a blink on MD now as well.
Yep. Come forward, fuck is he gonna miss or lay? Out of time. Does no damage to him.
If you had
Too many
extra
flash
links,
sheets. Okay, there's a Lincoln's gone.
You could have hit him with a stun there.
Oh, he's gonna be there. The Dawn ulti's coming all the way from bottom. The duel's onto Castaway. Well, Adeslam rather. He's gonna be out of fight. And Soup is just gonna be dismembered once again. He's having flashbacks to what? Every 2 minutes of the game? Grove just goes after the courier for good measure.
He's gonna kick again.
Oh my word.
He's gonna look.
Yep. Grove, Link, Axe, TKC. You're in the danger zone, buddy. There he goes. Pick.
Yep.
Yep.
That is the Tusk thing.
That is the Grove. Sorry, the Grove things, my friend. It's just this man. Benchwarmers. Not just yet. Yeah,
They don't want to use it. Like,
no. Deppy, he's got a smoke. He's farmed up an item bot lane, and now he's gonna come. Chrono actually gets onto both of them. He's gonna go onto the Shadow Demon just at the same time, but he's not even gonna kill off the boss 5. The duel's gonna come onto Toxic, the snowball, all of him. He's getting kicked back. He jumps out again. He's back and forth all the way through. Unlike this game has been the whole way. Chosen One with all the bonus damage in the world. 312. He doesn't even need it. Deppy's running forward. Holy moly!
Apple punch.
Oh, Adeslam, you're not going to live through this one, my friend. The sun is going to come through, and Deppy's trying to clean up the creeps. Bendy does forward. Holy damage! You can't deal with this amount.
So hard.
Oh my word!
It's 312 deal damage. He's hitting
Castaway.
500.
He's got the hammer once more. He's going to hit into him. This Dessa does a lot of work. Deppy is trying to kite something out at this point, but it doesn't really matter. He's going to have the duel up in a second, but just 1 or 2 procs on the thrusters will even do it for the Legion. Benchwarmers, they surprisingly hold. I'll give them that. Yep.
Yeah,
I say that. Oh, Deppy. Hey, okay, they split the difference. Deppy's really got... Yeah, that's good. Benchwarmers, you're gonna have to go back to the drawing board on this one. Not much you can really do here. Sims 5, proving again why they are the top dogs. They are the ones to beat, even though Benchwarmers came into this on the first seed. So, Benchwarmers, hey, you gotta give them props. They gave it a shot. They gave it a try. This Lena with the Death Prophets on the flex pick sort of... Do you think it sort of put them into a bad spot where they didn't really have much to play around besides the Chrono?
I don't... Death Prophet is strong, don't get me wrong. I think they drafted solid, but that's not what's made them strong up to this point. Having Soup on these mobile active heroes that can match the tempo or actually set the tempo of Sin 5, like they need to give Soup something that can like put pressure and they just didn't have that. Like, he would pop EXO and they would just kill him. They didn't really care. But it also contributed to Adam going like BKB plus Lincolns on this Lina. Like, it's a very defensive mindset, and Halbert always had the saying, are you playing not to lose or are you playing to win? And it kind of felt like Benchwarmers was playing not to win. But such good drafting by Sin5. They took out that Winter Wyvern because that's probably the thing that'll stop this aggression. Like, hey, there's 5 heroes running at you non-stop. Winter Wyvern ultis you. So, like, they took that Winter Wyvern out of the draft, and it's just, yeah, it was the Grove show, and C1, man.
Yeah.
320 dual damage. 320 dual damage. That was disgusting. Like Benchwarmers need to tweak this draft so they can actually match this aggression, and because they item builds and like the Inch didn't achieve anything this game, hey? Like this Enchantress didn't do anything. So
do you think it's the sort of thing Benchwarmers have to take the stance? Okay, we know we are going to get run out. We know Sin5 isn't going to play this farm to 30-minute game and just sort of win it in the late game. We know they're going to run at us, so we got to play around that, even though they don't have their Wyvern.
That's also why I was surprised with the Midas, because
yeah,
like knowing like how Grove plays Dota and like the draft that you're going up against, you go for this Midas. At no stage was Sin5 going to play for the late game. Like they have Pudge Pos 1 and then Legion Tusk, so and Dawnbreaker, so we can always fight if Dawnbreaker has ulti. And then Deppy opted for this Midas pickup, and it just didn't pay off because he went Midas, Maelstrom, and then like he wanted to get a Lincoln's, which just didn't work.
Yeah, it's a bit like you said, playing not to lose instead of to try and win. So we'll see what they can do for game 2, which I believe will be starting in just a little moment. But in the meantime, I think we actually have our giveaway to get going. So if you are in chat, just stay there for just a moment. We'll announce it as soon as we're back. But in the meantime, we'll see you guys in a little bit for game number 2 in just a moment. See you there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to some of the finest South African Dota that you're ever going to see this year. Of course, this is EGL 1 Season 3, brought to you by Dell and Intel. And of course, this is the upper bracket final. Sinister 5, the reigning champs, taking on the number 1 seed for this season. Of course, that is Benchwarmers. Game 1, Sinister 5 had control of the map, they had control of the tempo through and through. Benchwarmers couldn't really match their pace, so they've got to switch things up here in the draft to sort of take back control of their house for this game number 2. Nothing out of the ordinary, same bands as last time. Of course, joined with Mr. Not.a.hero, who's always going to help me with these things. He got the leaner prediction right last time around, even though I was disappointed with the outcome. What are they going to do this time? Give me once again, last pick. I want to hear it from right now. I don't care.
No, I need to see what's going on.
I don't care. You gotta give it to me now. You gotta
like
what,
right
one
now,
in
like nah,
one in 120 chance. It's fine.
No, like they just didn't have the heroes to match the pace. Like with Death Prophet ulti on CD and Chrono on CD, and Adestam going like this defensive build, like they had nothing to pressure on the map when their CDs were up. Where on the side of Sin 5, deal cooldown is pretty low, and every time they duel, they could make something happen. Grove running around the map, like duel plus disseminate, like on the Shadow Demon was pretty disgusting. That's a combo we're gonna have to look at. And yeah, Sin 5 just, hey, let's take this Undying out, let's take this Wyvern out because it stops our aggression. And Benchwarmers was now up to steal the Dawnbreaker because
they have first pick round this time.
Yeah, they don't want to give it to Sin 5.
Sin 5 just going to do the same thing. Pick up the Tusk, pick up the... well, I guess they can't take the Dawn this time around, but there's plenty of other options for them. They could take the Tusk Legion, but Legion was always very specific, even if it was a menace last game.
Yeah, C1.
Hey, no. Okay,
they go for the Death Prophet. Man,
so we've seen an inverse thing.
Yeah, like this is probably like a meme thing. Like I know Grove does this stuff. He plays mind games. Like, yeah, you guys just lost with this TP. Now we're gonna pick it.
Yeah.
So
it's mind games always a thing.
That's just not like from a +4 perspective, and that's the thing. Like we saw Marcy being really good in the pro scene from. Like, it's being played as an offlaner, and it looks menacingly, but as a +4, isn't Tusk just better? Like, he does everything she does apart from the little throwback, but when you get Ags, it's like a better version of Marcy, like in total, and you've got a save as well, like a proper save.
It feels like he comes online a lot earlier. You can do a lot more with shards and snowball at the start of the game.
Versus
the
like
toss
Marcy
and the slow,
support is very. I think Marcy support is very much dead. I think as a core, because like I said, the jump now is the stun. So if he has a core and you have a basher, so you stun someone, pop your ulti, you stun them again, and then you throw them back. So,
gives plenty of time to set up for someone else to throw in.
Yes, and then you're also tanky enough to survive that engagement and not just die. So Toxic had a really rough job the previous game, and I don't think that Marcy pick did them any favors. But also like look at the combos. Like you had Tusk Shadow Demon, which like could play aggressive, and then you had Marcy plus Enchantress, and we said like it wasn't necessarily TKC having a bad game. It's just that was not a game that Ench could do anything. Yeah. There was no let's group up around this Death Prophet when Soup has ulti, and like we have the stun creeps to like cause like disruption and stuff like that, and it just wasn't a good Ench game. So they opted for the Dawnbreaker plus the Void.
10 seconds.
And they also picked Void the last game into Dawnbreaker, and I was like, but it's kind of a like Dawn kind of counters it.
It's the same bands coming out for Sinister 5. The Snap, Evoker, they take the AA. That's something new there. So maybe they're gonna opt for Dazzle. I was gonna say someone with a lot of heal. Dazzle. I think it was actually Sin 5 that banned it out last time.
Yeah, but this could also be like a setup for like Morphling or Huskar.
Definitely.
Huskar not necessarily, Huskar or Morph not necessarily good against. So if you get shot on Morphling, and you can morph while stunned, can you morph while being chronoed?
5 seconds remaining.
Does that count as a stun?
Yeah. Chrono is a stun. It's just a stun. It's like an AoE big stun. So yeah.
Yeah. So take out the AA, you pick Morphling, and you just don't care about this Void at all. Like,
yes, that's true. Yeah.
Okay, I've been chronoed, so you just morph.
And then you have the Dazzle to save anyone else that's in the chrono as well.
I just hope like Deppy doesn't go for this Midas pickup again. Like he's
got the Dawn on his team, on his side this time around. So Death Prophet, Do you really want to fight early on the Death Prophet if you have a Void with you?
Dire team.
Because Void can throw out the Chrono with the Exorcism, it can do a lot, but sort of the Midas, I don't know, maybe it's reaching a bit too far, mispredicting how far the game's going to go.
I think it was like Adestam had like a really good start to that game. Like he doubled Castaway CS, and then Sun 5 just started putting pressure on him with rotations.
Yeah.
And
10 seconds
they should have
remaining.
read those rotations better, and then Adestam could have probably not
5
had to go that
seconds
super
remaining.
defensive build. So it's just like, hey guys, we're ahead. Let's stay ahead. Where Sun 5 was like, hey, I'm really losing this mid lane. Kill him.
True.
And they just executed it way better. So they
Benchwarmers
decided to
taking
take out the
Pudge.
Pudge. Yeah.
Yeah. High five. Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Anyway. It's the same thing, right? The Pudge is this menace hero that takes so much of your resources to kill.
Yeah.
You don't want to play against it, right? So it's comparable.
Like I said, like if Linus just had that eggs, man. Like
Yeah.
that Pudge before he gets BKB and 1,000 flesh heap stacks just melts. So
Just send a very long,
don't know.
angry paragraph to Adestam.
I'm ready. Like why did you not like? I called your last pick Lina, and then you build like this defensive nonsense.
Making me look bad, man. Come on. You
Like,
actually
stern
did.
talk, yeah.
You thought the Benchwarmers was going to win that off the back of the Lena there as well.
Yeah, because I thought it was gonna be like this
Yep.
damage machine, and then he
Radiant
went
team
for
pick.
a little kitty cat build. I don't know.
Speaking of kitty cat, Pop being picked up. Well, it's more like a
Benchwarmers is
tiger.
gonna run into the same problem.
Yeah.
Like their cooldowns is like
Oh, that's it.
their
Yeah.
cooldowns is hectic, and then Survive just goes like Lina now, and I can promise you, Castaway is gonna go this caster build. Like it's.
I
And
see
once again,
your,
like
I
Tusk
see your
plus
Lena and
Lina.
Death Prophet. I raise you one. One
Yeah,
being the
like-
build.
Yeah,
10
like Tusk
seconds
plus Lina
remaining.
is gonna kill anything on this map. Like it's
Yeah.
absolutely
5
ridiculous.
seconds.
Did they take
And once
Legion
again,
last
they
year?
got to save for the chrono. Like Dazzle was in the pool this time, so they opted for Dazzle instead of the Shadow Demon.
Yep.
It's also, I think it's a stronger laning hero, so it's gonna give MD a better start to the game, even though he didn't really need it. But
10 seconds.
yeah,
remaining.
and now they can. Yo, what did they pick here?
5
I
seconds
see the
remaining.
bench banned out the rating. We sort of said it's not really what they want to look for in this fight, especially with the DP and the Dazzle they have.
Yeah,
They
they've
have to
got
sustain
enough.
in lane, so like Wraith is. I know it's the pseudo counter and does well against the Quap and the Licher as well, but
I'm gonna say this
Uh,
until someone eventually picks it. Like they
10
can probably do
seconds
Monkey
remaining.
King, like boss one. I don't know why people aren't playing it. Like it was so popular.
5
Then it got
seconds
buffed,
remaining.
and now people are not picking it. Like,
other
Yeah.
stuff's stronger. It's fine.
Radiant
but is
team
the
ban.
I don't know.
Lone Druid picked up.
Not a load druid. Okay.
Actually, just want to mention, completely forgot. Of course, if you have joined us and you saw game one, you'll know that there is a giveaway going up for an Evetech gaming mousepad. So, of course, if you want to enter, all you got to do is head over to twitch.tv/esportsZA.
10 seconds
If you're on YouTube, you can just head
remaining.
over there, check the description, there will be a link. And yeah, head over to twitch.tv
5
and
seconds
type in
remaining.
EGL1, that is EGLONE, and type it in just once. You'll be entered into the giveaway for an Evetech gaming mouse pad, or so it should say desk pad. Things are glorious, they look amazing, I'm very jealous. And yeah, it is unfortunately only available to South African residents, but hey, it's free stuff, so how can we complain? So twitch.tv
Glorious
/esportsZA,
mousepad, man.
EGL1. You guys
That thing will make you like play better and stuff.
yeah, Jarek got the glasses and then he placed top 4 and they never made it past top 8.
Yeah, and it
Easy.
was only because of the glasses that he
Yes.
made top 4. Like
Only-
not because he is mechanically skilled. It
No.
was the gaming glasses.
Yes, just the glasses, that's it.
Yeah. So if you want to be top 4 in EGL season 4, get yourself some Evetech gaming glasses.
If you haven't, okay, on a side note, if
He's
you
in
haven't
season
seen
5.
these glasses, go and check them out. They're actually really cool. They look slick. They don't make you look nerdy at all. I don't know, if you want to look nerdy, that's fine. But they look slick. They look clean, and they do help with the blue light blocking, all of that good stuff. And there's a brilliant little pseudo commercial on Twitter if you can find it. It's very good. Go check it out. Anyway, back to the draft. We do have this last ban phase, which always feels like takes so long because everyone needs to figure out what their last pick is going to be here. Phoenix
They can do,
ban. So they're
like-
banning this
They
team
can-
fight sort of
They
setup.
can do clock for Toxic.
Ooh.
Or they can put the Dawnbreaker pause 4 and give Soup something different.
How's the drow here for Sinister 5? They need another stun.
They need something a bit more
MD Sven?
tanky.
10 seconds remaining.
I haven't seen much Sven, eh?
MD loves his
5
Sven, obviously.
seconds.
I still think Morphling is doable.
Morphling,
Like,
yeah.
but Benchwarmers need like I'm gonna start a fight hero because Dawnbreaker doesn't start fights.
Well, it would be their pos 4, so what's
Yeah,
left in the pool
so-
for them for...
Clockwork,
Toxic?
Earth Spirit. I don't know if he'll pick that.
I don't think he plays it. Does he play it? I'm sure he plays it. What was he always used to play Snap, but Snap's banned out.
Like
That
they
was
haven't
always
done,
been
they
plus
haven't
5.
like they haven't done well at all when Toxic hasn't been on these mobile aggressive heroes. Like they've played him like Shadow Demon and stuff, and then they looked very like stale. Like there was no tempo on the
You
map.
might hate it, Mercy.
Radiant
Please
team
don't pick
pick.
Marcy.
Okay,
Woodwink.
okay.
I
That's
don't like
fine.
it.
It's fine.
No, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's damage into Chrono, but like, how do they start fights? Like, Quap is gonna have to like. This is gonna be
Yeah. They've got the
like
Dawn
Woodwink,
ult, they've got-
Woodwink plus Dawn Lane.
Ooh.
I still think you
It's-
can
5
you can
seconds
do
remaining.
you can do Monkey King. You can do I can see Sven in a way, especially with the shot now. Like you can buff people up for Chrono.
Not a PA? Nah. Nah. Not PA.
I think it's like they want to play fast, man.
PA is a bit slow. I think Morph. If they're smarter, they're hearing you. They'll pick Morph. Yeah.
Like
Morph.
it's MD, man. Like he plays Monkey,
everything.
Chaos Knight.
Actually, his
I know it's a
TV.
horrible
Hold
Chaos Knight game.
No,
They
not
can
good
do
TV.
No,
It's
they
a-
can do
it's not a-
TV.
it's not a
TV
free
against Void is not great, but yeah, I can do TV. I do
remember-
think like.
I remember
Morph
using
is
terrorized
really
pubs with his mid TV.
Yes, sir.
Choose your
How
hero.
Yeah.
the hell did we that?
Forgot about the bear, and that's
Yeah.
what we said. Like they want something that can be aggressive, and what's more aggressive than Ursa? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, this is going to be rough. At least the skin games are on point for both of them this time around. Everyone, good skins. That's what matters, right? It doesn't matter
Say
about
that,
skill.
Oh wait, what? Toxic is Dawnbreaker and Soup is Hoodwink?
Oh wait, hold up. What the hell?
I actually like that more.
That is weird.
I like it more though. I like it more than this Dawnbreaker being the 3.
That's true.
Like it allows this like Soup to get like an early run of ATOS. It like that's a way for them to start like mini fights.
How's it
It's bigger burst.
with the Dolphin rotating against Castaway in the mid against the Lena though? She could see him coming from a mile away. Not too mobile.
No, Dawn
either.
can't, right? Like that. And the thing is, like your pos 4 now, which is supposed to set tempo for you, is the guy that wants to not be there and ulti into the fight to save you. So
It's strange. But maybe they switched pos. What did they do?
if Sin 5
So
tri
maybe-
lanes here,
Or maybe
If-
Super's playing for Russia at the moment, right? So maybe it says,
If-
listen, my
Sin
ping's too
5
bad.
Sin 5 can tri lane this, and this Void will not have a game. If they tri lane this Void does not have a game. If they like aggressive tri lane into him, like his game is done. Like it's yeah, I don't know.
You
Like,
think they go for it?
I don't know, I'm just like looking like anytime like you have like Tusk Ursa and then alright, now there's a Dazzle on top of it as well.
Yeah.
You've got 3 forms of slow and like
And
the
the
mini
DP can
stun
handle
from
the Dawn or the Hoodwink, either one he puts up against, so it's fine. How's this mid matchup though? The Lena versus Quap. Both of them experienced in both heroes.
pretty even, but I think Lina has a slight edge.
It's not good.
In the past, like it would have been like super Lina favored, but the Shadow Strike now actually provides heal to Death Prophet up to Queen of Pain. Just allows her to sustain through those nukes a bit more. Like it's 20 heal per tick at level 2. Like if he puts 2 points in it, it ticks 5 times. So every 12 seconds you can heal up for 100 HP. So which is significant. Like 100 HP every 12 seconds.
I'm actually looking at it. I don't want to take too much into this, but DP, this chosen one, has already got his full one finished up. And I'm like English teacher vibes at the moment. If you look at their spacing, right, all 4 of them are pointing to the bot lane, and only chosen one is going top. So it is going to be a tri lane.
No, they just
Curtains are blue.
No, they're just contesting.
Represents his
green.
depression, his anxiety.
And I meant
tonight.
to. I don't know if they're gonna try lane this, but they're probably just gonna contest. If they do try lane, I don't think this bot lane is gonna go well. But if they were going to try lane, would have been an aggressive try lane. It would have just been like bottom. Grove might start for first blood and then back away.
Yes,
Both
of
teams
course.
smoked up.
Gonna have another round of Tusk on Grove. They're smoked up on the bot here. Made a little wrap around on the map. So they're gonna see if they can come into anyone on the back here. Not gonna happen. Benchwarmers comfortably on the other side of the map in the mid. And if you are just joining us, this is of course EGL 1 Season 3, the upper bracket final. Sinister 5 and Benchwarmers. And we have a disconnect. Lovely days. But of course, if you haven't, if you just missed the announcement, we have a giveaway going on the Twitch channel. So all you got to do is head over to twitch.tv/esports and type in EGL1 as EGLONE in chat, and we are entered into the giveaway for the Evetech gaming mousepad. Of course, if you already entered, if you hit it once, you're already good. Enter only once, please, and only available South African residents. But yeah, we'll see what happened. Maybe Deppy had he kicked his cable or something. It came out.
So, I hope that is it. I don't know if it's not like a load shedding surprise by ESCOM. Like, it's absolutely so ridiculous, man.
Yeah. Oh.
I just think how we should approach this is we should make our government a fan of Dota.
Yes. And then we could see.
And then we can request
they
power.
can see our schedule, and we just give them exactly when everything goes off.
Yeah, like that is the way we need to approach this. Like this is like the way to go.
We'll see what can get over here. Seems there's a tiny issue, but now Sin 5, or rather Benchwarmers, have adjusted their draft slightly. Deppy is still on this Faceless Void. Does the new draft around him sort of help for his timing here? You think he's still going to go the Midas build?
I hope he doesn't. It's like I don't know, like Ursa just starts scaling so quickly, and he can't just stay away from these fights. They need chrono, so like Diffusal Blade maybe even into a BKB. Yeah, so I think the thought process around the Midas kind of is that Mask of Madness was significantly nerfed because of the lifesteal aspect, giving it less. So now he's like, okay, I'm not going to go Mask of Madness, so I'm going to go Midas instead. So it's kind of still the first item, but it just feels like he never scaled with it. Like there was no... But they were being pressured so hectically.
It sort of felt like he was forced into these fights, even when he had just like...
Yeah,
he had
and he wasn't
Javelin
ready.
plus Midas, and it doesn't really do anything.
So, it could definitely work, but in a game where you were pressured to such a degree, you need to get that Void fighting ready as soon as possible. And what I've also liked probably from Marcy, which is the item which has completely fallen flat, is Medallion. Like what happened to Medallion Solar Crest?
On who, sorry? On
like just Medallion Solar Crest. When last did you see a Solar Crest in a game?
That's actually true. I don't know, maybe teams don't see the value in it anymore. They did have the tiny nerf on stuff like Spirit Vessel, which was being picked up a bunch. So
yeah, so like why hasn't Solar Crest like come back in? Like 6 armor, 5 attributes. Like Medallion is a nice scaling up item, and if they had like something like that and they can chuck it onto a target and the void like when it's in chrono, then probably done that. Like looks like
we have a load shedding issue.
Yeah, it's a tiny load shedding issue. I say tiny load shedding. There's never a tiny thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's
It's
load
just,
shedding, man. It's just you get sad every time it comes up.
it literally wrenches my soul. So, we'll have an update in a few seconds. We're just confirming with the teams like what is going on. Like if he can come back, if like the game is still in an early enough start, I think to possibly make a re, but we'll have to confirm with the admins. So.
But how do you feel about the general gist of EGL so far this season, right? So ZIZ coming into that top 4 slot, you had the newcomers of, I'd say, White Rabbit. They are newcomers.
So ZIZ let me down, man.
Did they really?
No, they let me down. Like they had such a good run, and I kind of felt like the ZIZ in that knockout game, like I'm progressing to 3rd place in this tournament or 4th place. It kind of felt like they didn't show up. It didn't look like the ZIZ that we saw like in the previous like matches, even in like big games. Like we saw ZIZ versus Benchwarmers, and it was so good. Like that first game, Tatsu popping off on the Batrider, it looked absolutely outstanding, and they were competing. And against Exdee, there were flashes of that, don't get me wrong, but it just didn't feel like it was the complete performance. And knockout Dota can get to you, man. And I do think ZIZ had the potential to jump into that series and possibly like take it to a game 3.
It's also the sort of thing they had the good runs against against White Rabbit. They looked, let's be honest, they got a bit steamrolled by Benchwarmers when they were in the upper bracket against them.
Yeah, not the second game, not the first game. The first game was tight as like hell. Like Tatsu popped off on that Batrider, and like they just completely like ran around like he made space, and like I think Jarek had Ursa that game as well. I could be wrong, but and they looked so good. But against that Exdee series, they went with this Alchemist safe lane pick, and like the Huskar did damage in the early game, but the Alch just felt like it never had an impact on the game. And I know those heroes were banned as well, so it's not just as easy as that.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel like it was the same ZIZ that we saw against Benchwarmers.
They had a tough run in Season 2, of course. They were playing under Black Rabbit Gaming back then. Lost out to White Rabbit Gaming also, so a little bit of irony in that stuff. And they took top 8.
That was a different White Rabbit squad, though.
Yeah, that was a different White Rabbit from
that was like Petunia, Harry the Hams. Like that was
they took top 4 that time round, actually.
Yeah, no, but that was not that this squad isn't, but that was an exceptionally talented team with a lot of experience. Like Petunia and them were around for many years. Like me and Petunia played against each other probably for like 5-6 years. Shout out to Precious Petunia.
It's also then going back to Season 1, they had that big upset which you were in the game, the infamous Haze Gaming Meepo pick.
Yeah, that was they should not have lost that game. I still believe that to this day. But that Meepo just got completely out of hand. But it was a terrible Meepo game. Yeah. It was a horrible Meepo game.
I remember
Haze made it work.
I remember exactly where I was watching it, what I was doing, and
no, so you get like a gotcha pick, and Meepo kind of only falls into that category of gotcha. And when I picked that Meepo, I didn't think gotcha. I thought, what are you doing?
Yeah. Let's see. Otherwise, game has changed. It's the other sort of. It's disappointment isn't the right word, but was it you who picked Game Exchange to top this season? Was it you and Snake?
They honestly should have. I don't know what happened there. Like, Doom Bunny, you guys let me down. I dubbed them as my dark horse, but that team was full of champions, man. Like that was a.
Aghanim didn't play in the end, actually.
Is it? Okay.
He didn't play a match. Yeah.
Like that team was like star-studded. Like Dota and I, Doom Bunny, like those likes have been around the block, and
66 had good shine. I will say that he played well in a lot of his games. We've always seen as sort of the good player, but never really made a good run. in the sort of the resurgence of things. But it seems that we're going to sort out the issue. So we're going to be back in just a moment. But if you haven't entered the giveaway, go enter it while you just have to watch the CMs dance for a little bit and Tusk. And yeah, we'll be back with you guys in just a moment for Game 2, EGL 1, Season 3 Upper Bracket Final. See you there.
Get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do you do 'cause I'm feeling so good. Ooh. Memories now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. We can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. What's on the other side of inhibition? Ooh, I do you do 'cause I'm feeling so cool.
I've got a premonition, I'm dreaming you and I. All my darkest fears are coming outside. We got a billion races, we got this melody. And you can trust me, baby, we got everything. Call me whenever you feel alone, babe. And when you need to cry, I'll be by your side. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. And when you need to escape from 1,000 fires, I'm gonna kiss you wherever you are. And I'm gonna miss you, I will never lie. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. We're running in the jungle of love. Jungle of love. Listen to my conditions, I got you on my mind. You were stuck in my head and I don't know why. We got a billion races, we got this melody. And you can trust me, baby, we got everything. Call me whenever you feel alone, babe. And when you need to cry, I'll be by your side. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. And when you need to escape from 1,000 fires, I'm gonna kiss you wherever you are. And I'm gonna miss you, I will never lie. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. We're running in the jungle of love.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to EGL 1 Season 3. This is the upper bracket final, but unfortunately, there's a little bit of a letdown. Load shedding not coming through in the end. It's unfortunate. Deppy had a load shedding issue. I believe it was unforeseen, and they can't really
schedule. Yeah,
it's stuff happens.
the thing is that they also have lads in Russia at the moment. It's like almost 12 o'clock in the evening there, and they don't have they play it down at the moment. So they have decided to forfeit the map, which will give the series to Sin 5 as 2-0, which is It's unfortunate for us, for the spectators, and for us as the casters, because we're really excited. But it doesn't mean their run is over. Yeah, it doesn't mean their run is over, though, George.
No, it's not, of course. So, of course, that does mean Sin 5 take the series 2-0 with a little bit of an asterisk there, but they were looking strong in game 1. And that means, of course, they are in that grand final. They've guaranteed their top 2 spot, and they are there to defend their title for the 3rd season in a row. That does mean that Benchwarmers are going to have to face up once again against Exdee in the low bracket final. It's the repeat of history, man. The top 3 here is going to be the same until someone breaks that level. And unfortunately, nothing has happened there, but doesn't mean there's any bad Dota. So, of course, we'll let you guys know on social platforms when that low bracket match will happen. But in the meantime, of course, we have another winner of our night besides Sins 5, and that is, of course, Nick12 has won the giveaway for the Evetech gaming mousepad. So, congratulations to him. I see you already got in contact with the admin, so thank you for entering. Thank you, everyone, for turning up tonight. And if you want to get some more Evetech swag, tune in to the next streams and give a follow on Twitch as well as the rest of our socials. And you'll be we'll let you know when the low bracket final and of course the grand final will be happening. So of course thank you, Etienne, for joining. It's a little letdown we didn't get a second game tonight, but it was looking good regardless for Sin 5, and we'll see what Benchwarmers can do in that low bracket match against Exdee, won't we?
Cheers, everyone.
Yep. So we'll see you guys in the low bracket final. Cheers. We'll see you guys there. Bye.